Yeah, so anyways, that was the first time that happened. Fast forward, that was that story. So that was me basically going through school, I mean, not going through school, our first time out here, being in school. So the point of that story was this was us freshly moving to a new place, and I got introduced these things. I got fed for 3 years these things, homosexuality, these practices. So when I joined the real world, I'm not saying the real world like I wasn't still in the real world, still wasn't in elementary, but like circumstances. When I developed a mind, a real mind, a 13-year-old's mind, and I knew what porn was and I was able to grasp what that stuff was, that was the stuff I was looking up. I was looking up homosexual porn, boys and boys, you know, that side of stuff. What is another story I could tell? I mean, that's just a timeline, and that basically goes on from 13. So yeah, so that's basically how it started. From the molestation, what I was fed for those 3 years, like 10, 11, 12, 13 was like, those are my first kind of practices. So since from then, I just kept on and kept, falling deeper and deeper and deeper into it. Now, bear with me. My first time ever linking up with a grown man. Yes. Yes, I know. Yes. Jesus. I was probably 14, 15. By this time, my mom was, we weren't homeless, but we were staying in another man's house. And by this time, my mom, she did get us phones at this time. But it's like, it's an on and off situation with the phones. Just how y'all relationships be on and off, them phones was on and off. Not on and off literally, but like, we had them, they were snatched. We had them, they were snatched. We had them, they were snatched. Because we really didn't need them. So from this time, she got us phones. We a little bit older. I'm still doing these practices. I discovered an app called Grindr. So mind you, at this time, I'm like 14 years old. What am I doing on the app Grindr? So I discovered this app, and I decided to get on this app. Of course, I lie about my age because, make my profile. They said you got to be 18. Okay, let me do my math. Make sure I'm 18. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I'll make my profile blank. And this man hits me up. He's like just a few feet away from me. So I'm like, okay. So he gives me his Instagram. And I had an Instagram at the time. I used to post like all type of little art stuff, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I was like 14 years old. I used to literally screenshot people pictures and post them on my page like it was my drawings, shoes, TV show screenshots, just hella 14-year-old stuff. So I'm texting this man, mind you, this man at the time is 23. I am 14. 23 and 14. Keep that in mind. Then you could just tell by my page, I'm not telling the truth. So we end up texting, we end up conversing, whatever, and he like, I want to link up, I want to, This is my first ever time losing I'm still a virgin. Like, let me just get that. I'm still a virgin, but this was my first ever time dishonoring my body, and, I have nothing to say. But yeah, that was my first time ever, and how did it happen? He literally, like, I was a kid, so I don't really remember the conversation, but I just know he introduced me to, come out your house, come to my car, and let's have it. So when he introduced me to that, that was my first time ever sneaking out the house, That was my first time ever getting in somebody's car. That was my first time ever.
Patiently waiting on dinner. Patiently waiting on dinner, y'all.
That was my first time ever getting penetrated. And y'all, oh my gosh, it's getting juicy. That was a practice. So at 14, I was fed that. Because I didn't know what that was. I was just watching porn, watching boys kiss, whoop, doo, 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 doo. You know, I was just so addicted to that. But then getting a phone, discovering this app, discovering, oh, I'm a person like their people. This app, I can meet real people and we can do the things I'm watching online. So we end up linking. Clear, y'all, I was 14. This man was 23. I was kidnapped. But we are not here to convict anybody. But yeah. That was my first ever time sneaking out the house, getting in somebody's car, woo, 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 woo. And since then, okay, so you know how boys have to douche before they get fucked? That didn't happen. Like, it was just. And then I was literally 14, so the man knew. He knew I wasn't prepared. He knew this, he knew that, he knew this. He knew the whole 9 yards. And he still put me in the back of his car and fucked me. I have nothing to say. He literally fucked me. I literally went home. I don't remember anything that night. It was like nighttime. I just know because of the circumstances we grew up under, my mom really turned a blind eye to everything. So if I was bleeding or if something smelled off, I wouldn't expect her to pay attention or bring it to my attention or even talk to me about it as I'm growing up because of the circumstances we were under, which we will get to that in the next story. If y'all want to know the scoop behind the scoop, just let me know and we can get into that. But yeah. So that was my first ever time doing that. So I'm 14 at this point. That was my first time ever doing that. So from then, you know, I don't know what changed in me or what happened to me, but from then I really started watching what I do. I really started like, okay, I really started wanting to chase that feeling that that man gave me when he did what he did. So I started, I mean, I was already lashing out and stuff since we had got here because of the molestation from the church at 10, 11, and 12. But with this newfound disgrace, I literally wanted to feel it. I needed that. So I started moving in ways to where I could get that. And then you will see 15, 16, 17, 18. That's how my life basically played out. Sneaking out the house, getting into cars, getting fucked. Sneaking out the house, getting into cars, getting fucked. It was literally a hotmess.com. I was on a roll. I was on a roll. And it was everybody around me, baby. It was everybody around me. Everybody. I needed that from everybody. It's not funny, but that's literally the story of how that all came about. Now, this story I'm going through now that I have it, now that was a story in its own. Now this new story, this new journey. Oh, and anything that you heard from that story that you want me to dive more into, let me know. Any other stories y'all want to hear? experiences, let me know because I have hella experiences. So when I turned 18, I thought I was hot shit. From the ages of 13 to 18, I was popping hot shit, baby. I was around the city. I got that from everybody. So I was like, yeah, I'm good enough to move out of my house. I'm good enough to make it on my own. I'm good enough to make it in the streets. I didn't been around. So when I moved out of my mama's house, I ended up staying with this nigga in these apartments. And life just went, life went. Um, then my cousin ended up moving in with me or whatever, whoop de whoop de whoop. And was like, okay, we're gonna move to LA. So before we decided to move to LA, I flew to New York. I was with another nigga, y'all. A hot mess. And then, my whole family was like, come home, come home, come home. Thank God. He used them in that moment. He used them in that moment when I was there to tell me to come home. Because had I not, I would have never received healing. Had I not, I would have never received truth. Had I not, I would have never received God. And I say that to say, I say that to say, I would have never received God. And I already knew God. I knew of God, but I didn't know of God. God, the power of God. It's different when you know, okay, God. Holy, holy. But when you know the power of God, it's something completely different. Can't nobody tell you nothing when you have the power of God, okay? Can't nobody tell me nothing. I have the power of God. God is on my side. He's powerful. On earth as it is in heaven. Thank you. So yeah, when we ended up getting out here, everything trickled and fell because I was actually in a place where there was adults. I was actually in a place where, oh, you're not taking care of yourself. Let me show you how to. And in that, that's what we found out, And I automatically turned my life to God and chose God and wanted God. I desired God. I still do. I desire Him. I desire His mind. I desire His energy. I desire His will in my life. And my cousin already knew of Revelation Church and Prophet Lovey, and she said, through the glory of God, through Prophet Lovey, with your belief, can heal you. It can heal you. And, we came out here, we started our spiritual alignment, and everything just told me. I signed up for Sloan. It's not a thing no more, so y'all want healing, go straight there, wait your turn, but just know God got you. But yeah, we did. I signed up for Salome Healing. I went, I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I continued to pray every day. I continued to do what I needed to do, and God healed me. He chose me and He healed me. And I received divine healing, and I can literally say I am free from HIV, anxiety, and the smoke in my lungs. I'm free. I can proudly say I'm free. I can literally give myself to you people.